On the same day that the Telegraph broke the news, Oriel College released the following statement. Following careful consideration, the college's governing body has decided that the statue should remain in place, and that the college will seek to provide a clear historical context to explain why it is there.
And what you have is a statue commemorating somebody who committed atrocities, who was involved in, the use of essentially bonded labour in Africa, and carved up Africa according to the colonial projections of Europe. And I think it sends a wrong signal about the direction of the university in the 21st century. And if you do want to listen to the voice of black and ethnic minority students, you should probably listen to a campaign led by black and ethnic minority students if you do want to be serious about access and you don't just want a badge on every college to say that we've given interviews to however many people this year.
I think my reaction is good. I mean, when I first heard of the Rhodes Must Fall campaign, I was very much for it, but because I thought it was a metaphor, I think there's a difference between sort of metaphorical iconoclasm and real iconoclasm, and the idea of using Rhodes as a symbol of colonialism and the idea that we need to move on is fantastic.
I agree with keeping the statue up. I'm not sure it was done for the right reasons. Perhaps there was more of a financial incentive because they're saying that donors are going to pull out. Otherwise, a sort of £100 million might have been at stake. But it should be more a question of free speech and deciding what the student body wants and seeing whether it should be kept up and maintained.
Do you not think that the student body has already had quite a lot of a say? There's been a lot of discussion, a lot of protests, a lot of debates.
There's been a lot of say, but I'm not sure if the college has been taking that into account more, that it's been taking account of their donors, and I can understand why they've done that, but perhaps it's not the right call.
Oxford is full of very privileged people. Oxford doesn't have many black or ethnic minority students, and so obviously if you are going to ask those questions to quite a select group of people, then I think that answer was fairly predictable.
So you think this is the logical decision?
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, and I think as long as they follow up their idea of making more of a point of the historical message, the fact that they're keeping it as a piece of history. And educating people about that, then I think that could be a really valuable outcome of the campaign. I just hope that it can continue in some form, because I think it's a really valuable message to be trying to give across.
Put simply, Oriel sold out. It sold out when Cecil Rhodes first poured his blood money into the college, and it sold out again when it decided that the voices of wealthy alumni were more important than the voices of the students committed to their direction, protection and care. Oriel has proven that historical context, or rather the whitewashing and glorification of genocide and imperialism, can be bought and sold, rather than discussed, debated and changed.